Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And like I said, I do have lots to go over with you tonight. So I do hope you have a pad and paper. And I know most of you, this is April Wagner, and I'm going to do our training call tonight. So got a lot to share with you. I do want to remind you, and I'm sure you know that, half the month is gone already. So we're half the way through May at this point. So again, we want to make sure that we're getting our 5 and 500. I know a lot of you have two, and I actually haven't looked today and yesterday. So I know going into this, a lot of people had twos. So right on track to get their 5 and 500. So that's real exciting. Bobby and I are already in the pool for twice. So we're excited about that. So, but we want to be in 3 times because we haven't done 3 times yet. We've only done twice. So I wanted to remind you also, you can invite to anything. It doesn't have to be a launch. It could be the company level up. It could be an old launch. It could be an old video. I mean, there's so many different things that we can invite to. Anything we invite is really an event. It could be our Facebook group. So, I wanted you to, if you find that it's not quite, now that's what I'm going to talk a little bit more. If you find that you can't quite get them on a launch, or, we've gone around once, a lot of people got on, a lot of people supported you, probably your closest best friend supported you. But there are some things we can do, and you've all heard me talk before. The follow-up that I do goes on and on for a really long time. So, if you want the person, you want to get them in the business, all you need to do is continue to follow up with them. We're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. So if you want to do a launch party, let us know. And I say that because maybe you've personally done it. Maybe you want to have one for you and your group, or maybe you've got new distributors under you that you want to put in a group. Maybe they're too afraid to do it by themselves. Maybe you haven't talked to them about letting them know that they could do a launch party. So, the whole process of those launch parties is not just so that we can invite, but that as distributors join us, those distributors have their own launch parties to invite more people. So it's really not just about the same people. We've just got to continue to keep adding people and going down with that. And that's what's going to make that duplication, is what's going to make it so exciting and profitable, and really what we want. So again, make sure you're looking through your organization, seeing, what distributors are there, who wants to do a launch party. It's been a great way, an easy way to really help people get active in this business, even people that haven't been active. So important that you do that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that too. So the other thing I want you to know is Bobby and I are actually doing the European overview on Thursday at 3:30 East Coast time. So it'll be 8:30, 9:30 over there in Europe, depending on where they're dialing in. So if you've got people over there that are interested, and again, we have so many countries that are opening up, and, don't hesitate to invite people from different areas. And most do speak English, so we're fine. But there's also lots of support with different languages too going on. We've got a lot of people that are very, very talented that are able to speak a lot of different languages, unlike Bobby and I. So Activate Wednesday is again something you really should. They're going through the months. It was like 0 to 3, then 3 to 6, and then I think they're going to do, I don't know, 7 to 12 or something. They're going through and they're giving you the lists of customers that we're trying to win back, is what that really is all about. And I had a lady from when I did it last Wednesday, got her back on a subscription, so that was pretty cool. So and I'm pretty good with the follow-up, so I didn't have like. Some of these people had lots of names. I really didn't have that many names. I almost thought, why? But I did send it out to the few that I had. And like I said, one of those was able to come back. So that was pretty exciting too. This is really important and exciting. And I heard a little bit of it last week. And I know it's been a huge success. Bobby's doing Power Hour on Thursday at 5 o'clock East Coast time. So that's Power Hour, 5 o'clock East Coast time. What he's doing is he is teaching you how to invite. And so I know technology can be challenging. I can tell you I've been on many a call trying to learn different things. And I was telling Bobby this over the weekend. Sometimes I just have to write the word down, and when the training's over, I have to go Google it because I don't know. But I want you to feel comfortable enough to ask us anything. if you're confused, you don't know which direction is up, and I've been there, so I have sympathy for you because I understand technology is moving fast. So if you don't understand something, make sure you reach out. But he did a phenomenal job of really walking people through, how to get that special invite that we've been using. If you're not familiar with that, again, just send us a text. If we can answer it via text, we will. If we need to pick up the phone and talk you through something, we'll definitely do that. But make sure you send him your invite. So you're inviting right, that the links are right and everything looks right and stuff. Have that prepared, because the power hour is really meant to do the actual inviting. But again, if you don't have the invite right, it's kind of a moot point. So if you have any problems with that, let him know. Let him know you're joining too, so he knows, exactly who's going to be on that. But they learned a lot. They all did a really great job on that, and I know he was excited. I heard a little bit of it before I headed out, but that was a great thing. So again, that's going to be Thursday night, East Coast time at 5 o'clock, and do let him know if you plan to be on that as well. Our personal care products are out, and a lot of us are using them, and they are really, really cool products. We're excited about it. I've got my beauty serum here. Absolutely love it. If you remember on the chat last Wednesday, I think I'd used it once or twice at that point. And I just kept saying to people, what do you love best? What do you love best? And I know a few of you I talked to during the week, and I'm like, because, I'm like, is it me, or is this stuff really good? Because I've only used it for a day or two. Could it be that good? So super excited about that. Bobby's super excited about the body rubs. So, we do have some new products, and I'm sure there's different things that everybody likes, the wash, the lotion that people like, but those two in particular, I really, really like. I say that because as you use them, they're not available yet. They're not available till June 1st. So what you want to do is have a list, a need to know list, either people that you're thinking of, or if somebody saw some of the posts in the Lifespan Matters, you want to go ahead and have a conversation with them and just let them know it's not available. I'm personally using it. This is great, great product. We'll put them on a need to know list. I know Jay has got one of her new customers, Cheryl, is actually already interested in the body rub due to the post that Bobby did there. So again, make sure you're tagging people in the group if you think that's an issue to them. Maybe they've talked about it. Maybe they're a tennis player like me, or a pickleball player, or they're into weights or whatever it is, and they've got some sore muscles from time to time, that would be a great product for that. Maybe you're just raving about the beauty serum the way I am, and maybe that would be of interest to them too. So, definitely need to know list. I believe you can still go ahead and register for the July event, get all of those products at a discounted price with the July registration. I think the only thing is they don't have any more boxes or brushes, but we can check on that for you. So, if you still need to get those products, just let us know. This Saturday, and it seems to be a sleeper, I guess, because we're also virtual. This Saturday, we actually have a LifeVantage event. We haven't had one in quite some time. It feels like too long, actually. So they're going to be in different areas. So, this is May 22nd. They're all going to be, depending on the time zone, from 9 to 1. So Orlando will kick off first at 9 o'clock from 9 to 1 East Coast time. Then I guess it would be Salt Lake, which would be now Mountain time. And I'm not really sure what time Phoenix is, but you get the gist, the different areas, and it is virtual. So if you can't be in one of those locations, you definitely want to be on virtually. And if you don't know how to register, again, just walk somebody through it. It's not always the easiest. I agree. We need to do a better job of that. Needs to just be a link. I believe there's an email that went out today that has a link. You have to register through your name, so you want to be careful to do that. But do make sure that you're on one of those, and let us know where you're going to be. So we have quite a few people. I was surprised. I was doing the list today coming into Orlando, so it's going to be so good to see everyone. So, and Wednesday night is our chat. So again, we always do that, and it's great to see everybody's face and stuff. But I want to talk about the launch for the last couple minutes that we have left. If they're not ready to do a launch, and I get it, I talked to somebody else today that has trouble getting people on a three-way call. It's really all the direction that we give people. So, if you're having problems getting somebody on a three-way call, use Messenger, use a three-way chat. Or if you're with that person or on the phone with them, just say, that's a great question. let me get so-and-so on the phone. She knows all about it. And it's that simple. You're not asking them if it's okay to get somebody else on the phone. You just, go ahead and getting the information and connecting them with that person. But if they're not quite ready for launch, they're not willing to give you that half hour, maybe they're not that close, maybe they're super leery or, just, negative thinking or whatever, go ahead and invite them into the Facebook group. The Facebook group does a great job of warming people up. I can tell you, I put people in that group, I literally forget about them. And sometimes it's 2 months, 4 months, 6 months later that they reach out, and it's like they're ready to order at that point, because the Facebook group has done enough of a job of softening them. They've seen enough of your testimonies, your comments, your posts, that they feel more comfortable, actually even starting with product. And you know what, if you get a happy customer, a person that's excited about the products, again, I had a girl today was happy with the product that she just started on. And I said, great, and I guess I did something, and she was very thankful. And I just said, well, hey, the best thing you could do for me is a good referral. She's like, I know, I'm talking to my coworker and my sister. So, I mean, we need to give people direction on what we want, ask for those referrals, but put them in that Facebook group, continue to tag them, share that information. You can even do a recorded launch if you liked somebody else's launch and there's rapport there. So I don't know if it's one of the doctors that did a launch, or, whatever background different people have or whatever in our group, go ahead and use an older launch, send the launch to them, but do put a deadline on when they're going to watch it. Always ask them, if I sent you a video, would you watch it? Yes. When? And along the way too, you want to be collecting emails, phone numbers, particularly if you're getting a lot of this stuff off of social media. So make sure that you're databasing. So important. I don't care if you're putting it in a composition notebook at this point. There may be a time when you go ahead and use that. So, go ahead and do that. Because, to me, and you've heard me say this before, a no is never a no. So Bobby and I, 29 years, we've been in this business. I've never gotten a flat out no. It's always been not right now, or, it's just not good timing for them. They are not in a mental space to be able to, just appreciate what a great opportunity we have. Maybe their life is going really good. Who knows? It's always seems to be when somebody's life is turned upside down that they looked for an opportunity, whether it be, money's short, time short, whatever it is, need a new challenge, retired and don't know what to do with their life. Those are times when people decide to make a change, but most people don't make a change very easily. So we have to give them enough information. And, sometimes, I don't know, some of you have noticed, I've started doing some TikToks. It is really hard. And I like doing this because it's good practice on how to really shorten our message. I think it's important that we get as short a message and as to the point message as possible with our product, because again, it can be overwhelming. As I've told you, my guests after many of the launches, the thing I heard the most was, love the science. And so I'm always like, well, what the heck does that mean? And so, I got to say, what do you love about the science? Well, what about the anti-aging? And, you got to keep asking a lot of questions, but that's after they've already sat through, a half hour launch. So, if you're just having a conversation back and forth with somebody, so much harder to portray that. So that's one of the reasons I like that. It really, you make that conversation down that much shorter and more to the point, which is what we need to do, and talk more about the benefits. And just, the science can be overwhelming. I never heard of any of this science before starting this company. But again, the timing is not ours, but it is our job. It's our duty, our, moral obligation to share this product. I mean, how horrible would you feel if you knew somebody needed to make money and you never just let them know what you were doing? Or God forbid they had some type of, sickness going on and you never offered that. People generally won't tell you when things are going bad. And, and I always think back to Bobby and I, you would have never, ever known that things weren't 100% rosy in our house, because, we were proud people, we weren't going to share our woes with the world. And, had Bobby not asked and you approached him with the wrong thing or whatever, it could have gone so many different ways. And thank God that it didn't. But, I find most people will give you pat answers pretty quickly. And so they'll say, I don't have any time. I don't have any money. I can't do what you do, which again, if you hear that, that's a red flag or a red light or whatever you want to call it, that you are making the science part of the little yellow activator too overwhelming for people. If you have to come across so smart that they say, I can't do it, that's not good. But, if they say, I don't have any time, well, how much time do you think this takes? If they say, I don't have any money, well, obviously you should really be doing this then, but how much money do you think you need to get started? And be prepared to show them how they can make money right away and get that money back. So, those are some things, but, make sure that you're just moving people to events, any type of event. It could be, a scheduled call that you're going to do with the person to just follow up with them and have a conversation. It could be one of these launch Zooms that we're doing. It can be a short video. The app has tons of new videos and stuff in there, so you can send them a short video. You need to keep following up and just keep talking them and just giving them a little bit of information. But every time you do that, you need to be diving deeper into what their kind of hiccup is before they get started. Again, is it, do they think it's time? Do they think it's money? Do they think they can't do it? Do they, what do they think? Because, one of the other things that we hear a lot is people think that this industry is so much like it was, even 5 years ago, 10 years ago. This industry has changed tremendously from the way it was done, earlier years with big money and, person to person. There's so many tools these days that, they say a lot of times even a very, very introverted person could do this business now, because you don't have to be the one up front of the room doing all the training and stuff, because obviously nobody's up in the room. I listened to a training the other day, and actually, I can see Dana's on here. She tagged me in this training too, and it was so good. And the gist of it was by Jen Cooper. Always ask open-ended questions. And I love this because I think sometimes with us doing the ITT, or if you're doing the 333, we're in a rush to get to the close. And we need to take a deep breath and make sure that we have the right to close, that we know exactly what this person wants. And I found myself a few times doing the 333 too quick to kind of draw the trigger, and maybe instead of them being on fat burn, they really need to be on NAD. Maybe they were more interested in energy than weight loss, and only after I asked some more questions did I realize that maybe I would have recommended a different product, or, just a different route with the whole thing. So do make sure that you continue to talk to people. Don't be so quick to send that shopping cart over. You can send it over. I'd love to give you all this information, but, really make sure you understand why they want what product it is. And it isn't just because I love it. Like, you're only using the beauty serum because that's the only product I love. And maybe you're not into skincare. Maybe you're not into it. The full skincare package would be enough for you. But like me, I want all of it. I want the best of the best of the best. So, but maybe you're not that type of person. So make sure you're doing that. And just give them the information they want, like I said, if it's with the weight loss and they want more and stuff. So follow up is going to be huge. And again, it seems like the number of touches, because be honest, how many touches can you do in a day? You can do a lot of touches in a day. I go down my list. I wish I could show you. My board is here, just full of just names and stuff, people that have just recently joined and people to follow up with, on top of the, the system I use online here too. I'm kind of still a visual, and I like it on there because it's easy, but you can do a lot of follow-up in a very little time if you're organized with that follow-up, and you just go through, and it's a lot of touches. And we used to take them out to dinner and they kind of made a decision to get involved, where now it doesn't cost you the dinner. It's certainly a lot cheaper, but it might be 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes there, and you may have to do more of those. But do continue to follow up with people, and if you do it systematically, like I have people that really haven't shown any interest in the business, and I just say, great, absolutely. Is it okay if I follow up with you in 3 months, 6 months. And I continue to do that. And that's how you're going to get the numbers in this business. This business is so different than so many of us did it with the one-on-ones. It's lots of people doing little things. So if you're not talking to enough people, that's why you're not signing up enough people. One, you don't get better at what you're saying. You don't get better with sharing videos. You don't get better with inviting people to different things. But if you're not talking to enough people, you're never going to have the results, because it's not like just one person is good enough, two persons are good enough. You need to be inviting a lot of people, keeping a lot of people in that funnel, more than we ever did. So figure out a way. I mean, I saw again, and this is something somebody else did a training on years ago. I mean, worst case, if you are not a computer person at all, get yourself a Rolodex or an index box with index cards, and mark them from 1 to 31 and make a card for each person. And when you're supposed to follow up with them, just move them. If today's the 17th and you had a conversation and you're going to talk to them in 3 days, move them to the 20th, and just continue to do that. Just stay organized, but you need to have a lot of little touches with lots and lots of people, and that will help you grow your business. So thank you for your time tonight. I'm so glad you joined us. And please, if you've got questions, reach out. There's nothing more than it just gets quiet. We don't know if everybody knows you're just busy working or whatever, but any way that we can help you, we certainly want to do that. Make sure you're plugged in. Again, if you're going to do Thursday night, let Bobby know, and make sure you're plugged in for Saturday as well. Very, very important. And for those of you, we'll see you on the chat on Wednesday night at 6. So have a good one, everyone. Thanks for your time. Bye.